right? Yeah.
Let me pause you for a second, because you see, I mean, I read that story, and I was saying to myself, what is the criteria? See, this is part of the problem we have in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What is the criteria that is followed for me to say, okay, this senator goes for this trip, or this person is chairman of this committee, or who this person is going to be following us for certain kind of meetings? Because when there's no a particular guideline for that, and it's based on, okay, this one, she's a full woman, let me bring her in. Oh, she's young, let me bring her in. Oh, he's somebody's child. Oh, he's somebody.
They're lobbying for her.
People are lobbying, and it's like there's no clear-cut guideline of how the person gets there. That's what leads to those privileges that came to me. Because some would have argued that you didn't deserve to be the chairman of the local content committee. Others said there was another senator who's supposed to be, but because they're trying to, because you're very close to the Senate president, he allowed you to have it. Now, we as women, we've always said that we don't want you giving us. Don't just dash it to me. I need to merit what you're giving to me. I want to earn it. Don't give it to me because I'm a woman. Don't give it to me because I'm pretty. Don't give it to me because I'm somebody's child. Also, give it to me because I merit it. And that's one of the things. That's one of the things that women have always advocated for. We don't want to be served. We want to earn things. Let me come to you, Nima. What are your thoughts on this? On this matter?
So me, I'm unaware of any friendly relationship between the Senate President and Senator Natasha. And I must give it to Natasha. She's been a strong woman. It was not easy getting her seat in the Kogi Central in the first place. The former governor would have seen to her death if it was possible. Because yes, they dredge trenches all over her constituency on election day. It was public knowledge. Yes. She fought tooth and nail to get her seat. She fought with everything she had to get her seat. And so it's not a seat that when she comes to the house, I expect it should be on paddy level. She's a fighter. So she goes ahead. If she feels slighted in any way, I think, you know, the way she's spoken out is what she should do. What I would hate to see is just, you know, if the house rules were read, that she was pre-informed of a seat arrangement and that she refused to take it. And if she refused to take it, it might just be because of, you know, some of the things she suffered over the years. Remember, there was a time on the floor of the House, it seemed that the Senate President silenced her and then he did an apology. That went viral as well. So it's like this beauty without brain kind of example, you know, the kind of way they look down women because she's fine, thinking, no, the head must empty, that kind of thing, or ordinary woman kind of look that comes from, you know, the men in the house. And so she has to prove time and time again that I am a beauty with plenty brains. You know, constantly standing up, speaking out. Other women are in the house where they come in and they do their business and they go. They just kind of play along, you know. Let me just represent my people and go. But she has to do much more. They are demanding, they're putting her on a very hot seat all the time, so she has to do much more. If I think, what's the senator that read out the Mungono? I think, is it the House clerk?
No, he's the chief whip.
Chief whip of the House, yes, the chief whip. If the chief whip had done an arrangement, it is not until she's seated she's informed. I think that those information would have got into our office the day before that, you know, we are doing because we know there are certain arrangements, and each arrangement in the House has a reason.
She was informed.
So let's assume she was informed and she thinks there was something funny about the new arrangement, and she wants to resist it. On the floor of the House, she should be allowed her voice to speak. Because usually you use one house rule to bring in your point, your motion. And she said there was this rule she was bringing on privileges, and she wanted to read. And somebody put off mic.
Prayer said that you can't address me from that seat because you've been reallocated. So in where we are taught is that obey first, that's what we're taught,
and question later.
And question and say, okay, no, this is, I'm allocated here, but it's important that I want my seat back because of X, Y, and Z reason. But she's saying, I am not leaving this, and the man said, I'm not going to address you from where you are sitting.
So why did you reallocate her if she's not going to have an opportunity to present? Yes,
because she felt from what she said that the corner, where she was put is like is at the corner where she would not be able to speak or be able to do anything, right? And from the way she acted, you can notice that she's acting like someone that is being bullied and is trying to rebel, being bullied and against it and stuff. It's not. That's why I said that if there was no history and this had happened, we'll have viewed it from a different perspective. But you can see that this person is trying to resist bullying, and from everything she listed and she said that was happening to her, you know, she gave a history of what led to this point, and that also aggravated her response to say no. I will not take this.
So the chief whip for me looked funny. Did he read sitting arrangement to everybody on the floor? on that day before, because he called on the Senate President to inform her to move her seat.
Yes.
Did he do the same for other people? Were there no other objections to the sitting arrangement? Is it possible? You know, why did it have to be an issue of, you know, intervening with other important issues on the floor of the House?
But let's remember that in every group, there's always politics.
Yes.
I'm sure there are internal horse trading going on in politics, that people know how to, who is in whose caucus, who is in whose group. Those things happen that we are not privy to.
Yes.
So maybe that's where she's coming from, and that's where the Senate President is coming from. Let's go to the short break. When we come back, we'll take this further. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.